All right, so are you ready to take a deep dive with me today into Dark Horizons, Echoes of New Eden?
Sounds exciting. Sign me up.
Yeah, it's really cool. You've provided us with some excerpts
Okay.
from a science fiction story, and it could be like from a larger series, we don't know.
Right.
But it follows a starship captain named Arin and her crew
Mm.
as they kind of go through this galaxy called New Eden.
Right.
So we're talking advanced tech, we're talking strange alien entities, a powerful artifact,
Oh.
a relentless enemy.
Okay, I'm hooked already.
Yeah, so we're here to kind of uncover the key plot points,
Yeah.
character motivations, and themes that we're seeing within these excerpts.
Well, and what's really cool is we're jumping in kind of in the middle of things.
Yes.
It's like we're walking into a movie that's already started.
Exactly.
So there's all this history, there's already factions, and it feels like there's a conflict that's been going on.
Yeah, it's like we're dropped right into the action.
Yeah.
The story starts with Arin's ship, which is called the Haven,
Mhm.
and it's limping out of this region called the Inferno Belt.
Oh, so it sounds like they've already seen some action.
Oh, yeah, they've been through it.
Wow.
It's described as battered, like it needs repairs.
Okay.
So right away, we see this kind of like resilience, but also vulnerability.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like they've been through some stuff.
It speaks volumes about Erin's leadership, too.
Totally.
You know, she's bold, but she's also calculated taking risks, but also trying to protect her crew.
Yeah, I'm already intrigued by this Arin character.
Me too.
But the damage to the Haven, you know, it foreshadows like the constant threat
Right.
that they face in this world.
It's a reminder that even with advanced tech,
Right.
there are limits in this universe.
Things can still go wrong.
Exactly.
So we're also introduced to Arin's crew.
Okay, let's meet the team.
Yeah, so we have Curran,
Okay.
her first officer.
Mhm.
Then we have Merrick, the engineer.
Okay.
Illyra, the scientist, who seems to be like the expert on this mysterious prototype.
Okay, prototype. What is that all about?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
All right.
And then there's Kale,
Okay.
who's leading an allied fleet.
So it's not just Air and her crew.
No, it seems like they're part of a larger alliance.
Interesting.
And Kale's presence and his kind of warnings throughout these excerpts really emphasize how precarious their situation is.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a constant threat from this enemy faction called the Amarr.
The Amarr. Okay, so we got a big bad already.
Yeah, they're out there lurking.
Got it.
Now, here's where things take a turn.
Okay.
Arin discovers a mysterious signal
Ooh, a mystery.
at the edge of the system.
Okay.
So it could be a trap.
Of course it could be a trap.
Right. But the potential reward seems too tempting to ignore.
I mean, you got to take some risks, right?
Right. What's driving Arin to take such a risk?
I think it's this thirst for knowledge.
Yeah.
A desire to kind of understand the mysteries that surround her.
She's curious.
Very curious. And it seems like this pursuit of knowledge is a recurring theme throughout what we've read so far.
I like it.
Even in the face of danger,
Yeah.
the search for answers.
So this pursuit of knowledge leads them to this derelict structure,
Okay.
and it's described as vast, partially hidden, and built with this architecture that suggests it's both ancient and advanced.
So old and new at the same time.
Yeah, it's a weird combo.
That's cool.
So Illyra does her analysis,
Okay.
and she links the signal to an energy signature that's similar to their prototype.
Okay, so the prototype is important.
Very important.
Oh.
But this signal is older in the prototype.
What?
It predates even the enigmatic drifters.
Okay, so now we got to talk about the drifters.
Yeah, who are the drifters?
Well, the drifters are this mysterious nomadic race known for their insanely advanced technology.
So like next level stuff.
Next level. Yeah, think of them as the ultimate enigma
Okay.
of New Eden. Their motives are unknown. Yeah, and their tech surpasses even the most sophisticated factions.
Wow. So they're way ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, light years ahead.
So the fact that this structure,
Right.
this signal it emits,
Yeah.
predates even them.
The drifters.
Yeah, adds another layer to this puzzle.
It's like a puzzle box within a puzzle box.
Exactly. So we've got this mystery on top of a mystery.
I love it.
So back to the derelict structure.
Okay.
Illyra, Merrick, and Arin enter the structure.
Brave.
Yeah, they actually call it a tomb, which is kind of creepy.
Oh, wow, that's ominous.
Yeah, and inside, they find this chamber with a dormant device.
Okay.
Now, what's striking is Illyra recognizes it immediately.
She knows what it is.
She realizes that this device is the basis for their prototype technology.
So this is like the origin story of their tech.
It's like they've found the source code.
Whoa.
So if we kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture,
Yeah.
it suggests that Arin and her crew aren't just explorers.
Right.
they're potentially like custodians of this ancient knowledge.
That's a cool thought.
Yeah, a lineage stretching back further than they even know.
Like they've stumbled upon something truly remarkable.
Yeah, an inheritance almost.
Yeah, but you know what they say with great discoveries? Comes great danger.
I was just thinking that.
Right.
So the device suddenly activates.
Oh, no.
And it projects this 3D map.
Of what?
Of the galaxy.
Okay.
But it's not the galaxy they recognize.
What do you mean?
It's warped. It's distorted.
Right.
There are these strange pathways and anomalies.
Like a corrupted file almost?
Yeah, like something's not right.
Oh.
And then the entire structure awakens.
I knew it. I knew something bad was going to happen. This is like straight out of a nightmare.
Yeah, so the excerpts describe this deep voice echoing in an unknown language.
So they've woken something up.
They've trespassed on something ancient and powerful.
And it's not happy.
Not at all.
Oh, boy.
So naturally, they decide it's time to go.
Right away.
Yeah, they make a run for it. Merrick manages to grab the device before they escape.
He got the thing.
Yeah.
Phew!
The structure is collapsing around.
They barely made it out alive, I bet.
They barely make it back to the Haven.
Oh, man, that's intense.
And guess who shows up right on cue?
Who? Don't tell me. The Amarr. The Amarr, of course.
Of course.
They were waiting for them.
They've been tracking the activation of that device.
But that's how they knew where to find them.
Yeah, they are not happy.
This is bad news.
This highlights the consequences of Arin's actions.
Yeah, her curiosity has put them in even more danger.
Right. It makes you wonder, what are the Amarr's motives?
Exactly. Like, what is it about this tech that's so interesting to them?
Yeah, and what about the artifact itself? Now that it's active, what does it mean for Arin and her crew?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
That's the million-dollar question.
So what does it mean now that it's active?
Well, the recovered device, now it's referred to as the artifact.
Artifact.
It's described as having this otherworldly presence.
Yeah.
Like, its energy is both quiet and powerful at the same time.
Hmm.
Alyra believes it's either a gateway or a key to one.
Like a portal.
Yeah, think Stargate, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And its complexity surpasses even drifter tech.
So we're talking about power on a whole other level here.
Oh, yeah. This is like game-changer tech.
Okay, so to make matters even more complex, Arin receives a cryptic warning.
From who?
From an unknown source.
Mysterious.
Yeah. They're warned that they've meddled with forces they don't understand.
Classic.
And that the Amarr aren't the only ones interested in this artifact.
Oh, so there are other players in this game.
Yeah, it seems like there are forces at work behind the scenes.
This is getting really interesting.
So who is this mysterious voice?
That's the big question, right?
What is their interest in the artifact?
We can only speculate.
We're left in the dark.
Yeah, but one thing's for sure. There are these unseen players operating in the shadows.
Okay, so just when you think things can't get more intense, the Amarr launch a full-on attack. They're determined to capture the artifact, and Arin and her crew.
That's not good.
Yeah. Kale's fleet, knowing they're outmatched,
Yeah.
make a valiant stand.
To buy the Havens sometime.
To buy them some time. Talk about a desperate situation.
It's a testament to their alliance.
Yeah, they're willing to sacrifice themselves.
But it really highlights how dangerous this situation has become.
The stakes are getting higher.
Arin's faced with this impossible choice, and time is running out.
What does she do?
She has to use the very thing that's putting them in danger to try and escape.
The artifact.
The artifact.
Wow, that's risky.
It's a gamble, but they don't have many options.
So Alyra interfaces the artifact with the prototype.
Oh.
They create a temporary blind spot in the Amarr's targeting systems.
Oh, right.
They escape, but at a heavy cost.
Cake.
Kale and a large part of his fleet are lost.
That's a heavy price to pay.
His final words to Arin are really powerful.
Yeah. What does he say?
He says, "May your path be guided by wisdom, Captain." The burden of choice is a heavy one.
Wow, that's deep.
It really emphasizes the weight of her decisions.
And the moral complexity of this whole situation.
Yeah, the consequences of their actions.
So they've escaped the Amarr. But what about the artifact?
That's right. The artifact, it's changing.
What do you mean?
Its energy patterns are evolving.
Evolving?
Like it has a mind of its own.
So it's not just a tool.
It's a force.
Maybe even an entity.
Reacting to the events around it.
This ending leaves us with a sense of foreboding.
Like things are about to get even more dangerous.
Right, and right on cue. A massive convoy of unknown ships appears. Their energy signatures are unlike anything they've encountered before.
Another enemy?
We don't know.
Who are they?
They're a complete mystery. Another layer of threat.
It's like jumping out of the frying pan into the fire.
Exactly.
The haven's still damaged, and the artifact's becoming increasingly unstable.
Uh-oh.
Illyrra warns that using it again could create a subspace disruption.
A subspace disruption?
Potentially ripping a hole in reality.
That's terrifying.
Talk about a dilemma.
They're trapped between a rock and a hard place.
Outmatched, outgunned. Their options are dwindling.
What do?
They decide to confront the enemy.
They have to fight.
They have no choice. There's no more running.
This is it?
The battle that ensues is chaotic and brutal.
Wow.
The Haven systems are failing. The Amarr are relentless, and this new enemy fleet has strange, powerful weapons.
It's a desperate fight for survival.
Against overwhelming odds.
So Arin makes a risky call.
What does she do?
They have to use the artifact again?
Even though it could backfire catastrophically.
Yeah, but they're out of options.
So they interface it with the prototype, and that's where this excerpt ends.
Oh, go on.
We're left on a major cliffhanger.
I can't believe...
Waiting to see what this activation does.
So what happens next?
What do you think the consequences might be?
I guess we'll have to find out in the next excerpt.
So we left off with Arin, Curran, and Leah standing before this cosmic entity, right?
The heart of the infinite.
The heart of the infinite.
A being of unimaginable power.
And they're given this impossible choice.
Restore the cosmic cycle.
Or risk shattering time itself.
Talk about pressure.
It's a heavy burden to bear.
It really makes you think about the nature of choice.
Yeah, like, when faced with forces beyond our comprehension, how do we even decide?
Right. Is it logic reason or just a leap of faith?
It reminds me of those debates about determinism versus free will.
Oh, yeah. Are we really in control?
Or are we just playing out some predetermined cosmic script?
And here that question takes on a very real, very terrifying form.
Because if they break the cycle, time itself could unravel.
Cause and effect would cease to exist.
It's almost impossible to grasp.
The excerpts describe it as a chaotic void.
Yeah, where all possibilities just collapse into one.
It's a pretty mind-bending concept.
So back to our characters.
Okay.
We know Curran is furious.
Yeah, he feels completely betrayed.
Like he's been manipulated by forces beyond his control.
And I can't blame him.
It's a very human reaction.
He's a warrior, a man of action.
He's used to fighting enemies he can see and touch.
This cosmic dilemma throws his whole world into question.
It strips away that illusion of control.
The control we all like to think we have.
And then there's Leah with her scientific mind.
Right. Always trying to make sense of things.
Do you think there is a scientific explanation for all this?
Or is it pure cosmic mystery?
I mean, the excerpts blur those lines.
Yeah, between science and mysticism.
The heart speaks of balance of cosmic order.
But it doesn't really offer concrete explanations.
Maybe some forces in the universe operate beyond our scientific understanding.
It's one of the things I love about science fiction.
Yeah.
It explores these big existential questions.
And then there's Arin,
Our captain.
the leader.
The weight of this impossible decision rests on her shoulders.
This is where we see her true strength.
Absolutely.
She doesn't break under pressure.
No, she rises to the occasion.
She listens to her crew.
Weighs all the options.
And makes a decision based on what she believes is best for everyone.
A true leader.
So what does she decide?
The excerpts don't explicitly say.
Oh, come on.
But they give us a powerful closing scene.
Okay, what happens?
Arin is standing before the heart of the infinite. The air is crackling with energy. Time seems to slow down. Arin, with calm resolve, reaches out her hand.
Whoa, talk about a cliffhanger.
Right.
Does she restore the cycle or break it?
And what happens then?
I guess we'll never know.
Well, maybe that's the point.
What do you mean?
The story doesn't give us easy answers.
It leaves us with more questions than answers.
It challenges us to think
About our place in the universe.
about the choices we make when faced with the unknown.
It's not about finding the right answer.
It's about the struggle.
And the realization that sometimes even the smallest choices.
It can have the biggest impact.
I think the author leaves us with a sense of hope.
Yeah, amidst the uncertainty.
Even when facing unimaginable power, Arin and her crew don't give up.
They face the unknown with courage.
It's a powerful message.
No matter how daunting the challenge, we can make choices.
We can shape our own destinies.
And who knows, maybe our choices will ripple out.
Influence the fate of the universe itself.
Dark Horizons. Echoes of New Eden is a story that stays with you.
It really makes you think about those big questions.
The mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding.
The universe is a vast and awe-inspiring place.
And sometimes a little bit terrifying.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into this incredible story.
It was a wild ride.
I don't know about you, but I definitely want more.
I'm eager to see what happens next.
What choices they make and what their fate holds.
In the vast expanse of New Eden.
To our listeners out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
What resonated with you?
What choices would you make?
Let's keep the conversation going.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.